Hey, Shirley.
Hey,
That's what I call you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, you are too.
So, how long do you say we were friends or have been friends?
From 2005.
Jesus, time again.
Six. 2006.
Yeah, like the first time we met, kind of, yeah.
Yes.
But before, we got to that stage, you didn't even know who I was, back then. So I kind of grew up in what you call, or me call, a ghetto, Cicero. That was the area that I came from. And even before that, I came from another country, and that was a bit difficult for us because being from that particular country,
Mm-hmm.
as if you were not really welcome, like in St. Lucia. And every time I think about that, it brings me back to like even racism to a certain extent and how people actually teach their children to hate. Like it's something that has been passed down from generations kind of thing. So I was always quiet and to myself because I did not want that part of me to come out. So people would say, okay, you're from Guyana or whatever, and then that whole kind of vibe. So I didn't want that to come out a lot of the times, so I kept it inside because of what I was going through, that sort of thing. Because to me, my parents were not bad people. My parents always strive to give us a good life. Like my father worked hard, to try to give us a good life, that sort of thing. So that's what I always saw. But people are weird, like human beings. Yeah. So, and even when you grow up and you not poor, but you can't really afford certain things in life, as you would like. Going through secondary school, what you kind of wanted was status. So you probably had to have the latest shoe or the latest bag to fit, to be accepted, right? Even if your parents told you, look, focus on education, schooling, that's what's important now. It's not about what you wear or that sort of thing. But it could be extremely hard because you spend about 8 to 10 hours with your peers, right? And even if you are morally correct, like even if your parents raise you, the
right way,
the influence, it's still so very, it's the peer pressure, I should say, it's so hard. Like the influence of your peers on, having the right shoe or the right bag and that sort of thing. And that was a major part of my life. Like I was influenced by friends a lot, so you wanted to be in with the cool kids, so to speak. And I think my life was spiraling out of control. Like maybe from 4, from 5, I was spiraling out of control. Like I was going into a dark, deep abyss, like of a point of no return kind of thing. And I think maybe God saw that. He was aware,
the plan.
Of it, that sort of thing. So I remember my brother coming to me and he telling me that, you have to go to a camp, right? So I was like, it worked because my brother and I had such a good relationship, and my brother never judged me. Like he was a Christian before I was, but he never judged me. Like other Christians could be so hard. Even when I was trying to listen to 50 Cent, like that sort of thing, he would always introduce the Christian music to me, like Showing God No, Papa San at the time. Like he always introduced that type of music to me and make me listen to it, because I was into that type of music, secular.
Right.
But he would bring that and say, that have vibes too, listen to that guy with that. And it was because of the relationship we had. That's why I said, you know what, okay, we'll go to camp. And me and my best buddy at the time, we came to this camp, and we were there. This is probably embarrassing to share, but it's deep, and it also tells you how depraved our minds were at the time. In that, coming to camp, he walked with protection.
Community for good.
So I'm like, but it's a Christian camp. He's
Right.
like, but you never know what might happen.
Hmm.
You never know. That's to show you like our minds
Mindset,
at the
yeah.
time. And then I remember coming to the camp, for the first time, and well, you came up to us, asked us what's our name, what do you expect to happen at this camp, da da da, this da 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 da.
Yep.
And from then, boom. So, tell me about you. What got you to that moment? What made you approach us? Let me know.
Okay, so like you,
Mhm.
I wouldn't say I was as fortunate as some persons,
Yeah.
but I had a really good well, I could say good childhood because I had two parents that were always very supportive.
Mhm.
They always ensured that we had what we needed. I mean, just like some persons will get whatever they want, but we got what we needed.
Mhm.
And you could see the sacrifices that they would make. They would probably stay without and make sure that we had proper shoes and
Yeah.
bags, and like you, we all wanted to have the brand name
Yeah,
of
Jansport.
Jansport or Nike. I used to get it
Yeah.
sometimes,
Yeah. Oh, so you're one of those
Yes, I used
people.
to get it sometimes.
Yeah.
But I grew up in actually the Menadil Marshall area,
Mhm.
and I think at the age of 10, like T's age,
Yeah.
we moved to Granny Bay Cruisley. It was more stable because we had our nice little home, our yard, we were more free up, and I have a big family. Well, my siblings, my mom has 6, well, my parents have 6, and I was the 4th out of the 6. So they always say the middle children, like they always like close up, or they more quiet and reserved. Yeah. But I always had a very, very close relationship with both of my parents, but my mom was like my best friend.
Yeah.
It's like I would tell her everything and anything. So I think that really helped me in growing up. So the peer pressure was there, but because I think I had that solid relationship with her and I felt like I could go to her and tell her anything, like I didn't really bother with like the friendships. Like I would be somebody that at school, sometimes I would just say, you know what, I just feel like being by myself now. And I would just move away and just spend time just alone. I don't know why.
Wow.
Maybe that helped me think, maybe that kept me out of trouble
I think so.
and stuff. But the peer pressure, I had my friends, like when I go to Form 4, Form 5 with guys. Like I always have a better relationship with guys. So I have like 6 friends, 6 guys. We leave school together, go home together, take the bus, whoever goes their way. And that's what it was. Now people would think, hey, she does 6 boys. They would think of sex, but it was nothing. It was just pure friendship. Very good friendship.
Yeah.
And up to today, I still communicate with them. So that was my childhood growing up. And I guess maybe that's what probably drew me to y'all at the camp. But my thing was always to reach out to people. Like if I don't know you, like I would want to know who you are. I won't judge you.
Yeah.
I won't wait for somebody to say, oh, this boy. No, I would come to you myself.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the greatest qualities, actually. And I would always, be an advocate of that because you don't judge people. Like you have that what like an evangelist supposed to have. You kind of have that. Like leave out the judging and let's just develop a relationship. That sort of vibe.
Yes,
So,
that's what that's what I enjoy doing actually. Especially with young people. Like I like to see young people move in the right direction. I like to see them doing the right things, but I want to see them also having fun. Enjoy it, but in a positive way. So it's like some adults you find like they hold kids so tight. I'm like you could hold them tight, but like with my daughter Tiana, the oldest one, I always say your best friend is your mommy. Right? Because I wanted to have that open relationship just like I had with my mom where she would come and tell me anything. And before going to somebody else, she would come to me. So I'll give her the right advice. Well, I'll try my best to give her the right advice. And the first day, I think that was the first youth camp.
Yeah, that's the first one.
And I was a leader at that camp. And I remember standing in the balcony
Mm-hmm.
and I saw these two boys, they playing, but they're words,
Yeah,
when
yeah,
you're a
yeah.
Christian and you hear certain words coming out. I'm like, what? Who are those two boys?
Yeah.
But like I said, I didn't judge you all. I
Mm-hmm.
say, no, I'm just going to talk to them. And then I just approached you all, and you all were so nice. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, they're so cool. And I just felt like I could just continue speaking to you all, guiding you all, because I said maybe they just need a little guidance
Yeah.
and a little encouragement.
Yeah.
And from then, I think that's what I did, and just stayed, in contact with you all.
Yeah.
And well, you all started coming to church, which
Mm-hmm.
was great.
Yeah.
Alright, and I think from then our relationship just grew. Like we
Mm-hmm.
never, thought it was just always growing.
Yeah.
And then, like I always tell you, I always admire your growth. I
Mm-hmm.
remember when you were at camp 10 years, right? And I'm like, wow. I remember the first year,
Yeah.
first year of this camp, this boy on the court with those
Yeah.
words,
Yeah.
and the 10th year to
Mhm.
see that person as a leader. And that made me feel so good. Like I was just so proud. Oh my God, I don't get emotional. And like I was
That's
just
cool.
so like proud. I'm like, oh my God, like these are the things that we should do
Mhm.
as Christians. Like not think like if I encourage this person, like they'll surpass me and they'll be
Yeah.
no. But you see that person grow and
Mhm.
become something awesome
And to know that
instead
you
of
were instrumental.
right. And instead, and I don't even look at me as
Mhm.
being. I just look at it as God had a plan, and look from the first camp he was here, and 10th he's here
Yeah.
as a leader, and that's what really keeps me going sometimes when I
Yeah.
reach out to other people just to see their growth.
Mhm. Yeah. I agree 100%. Because that's the amazing thing. Like people could see you now. People can see me now and think, okay, you might have it all together, so to
Yeah.
speak, but they don't know what happened in the
You
past.
came
They don't
from.
know where I came from, that sort of thing. And then you having a simple conversation, because believe it or not, people already have, people who are unsaved, they already have a preconceived, notion of what might happen at the camp. Like they might dress a certain way and look a certain way, and people who have already arrived in church would approach them and judge them immediately. Right?
So true.
They would judge them immediately. So people are normally prepared for these things. When people approach you nice, you get niceness, you get niceness in return, kind of thing. So I think that's, and what you did also is that what we can do at camps is that on camp we are extremely nice. We pretend to care for
After camp.
the people. Yeah, but it's the after camp when people actually need, some advice. They need the same friend that the encouragement on camp, because you go back to the same environment, you go back to the same neighborhoods, the same ghettos, and all these things, and then you don't have the encouragement of all these people, the dorm leaders, the support, that sort of thing. But then you exchange numbers, and then you have someone who might text you, okay, have a great day, or read the scripture, or do that. So like that was the little things, that kept me up until now. So.
And also, what I could add to that is, you got to a level, and I went through like some challenging times after that, and sometimes I was so down, and you were the one who encouraged me. So sometimes we don't see the whole plan, right? God sees it, and after you realize, wow, so what if I didn't approach this person in a certain way and encourage him? Today, this is the person who's encouraging me.
Yeah.
This is the person who's telling me, Julie, you need to come back to church. Julie, you need to come to power. You understand? And like, I'd be like, yeah, I'll come, You understand? So if it wasn't probably for the inception, what happened to now, then I don't know. Probably would have encouraged me. You understand?
Yeah, that's amazing, yeah.
Yeah, so like we never know what's going to happen. So I'm just so happy that you were able to encourage me when I was down. Yeah?
Definitely. That is amazing. And then I'm the godfather of your kid.
Yeah.
But that's all part of life. That's all part of, like great friendships. I don't have many females who I'm close to. Like I don't have a lot of female like friends type.
Right.
This kind of vibe, mobiles. But you one of them, and that's the amazing things. And this whole thing is for me just to say thank you.
Oh,
you
you're
know,
welcome. And
yeah.
thank you.
So it's just thank you,
Yes,
for that first camp approaching me and just saying hi, what's up.
Yeah.
So that's what it's about, and we're still going.
Still going strong.
Until now.
We'll continue.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
So-
continue to be each other's, back support when we
Definitely.
need it.
Definitely.
And
So-
we'll have our kids play together
Yeah.
soon. Ha! So
Yeah,
it
amazing.
will
That's-
continue growing.
Exactly, that's
Yeah.
how it's supposed to be. Exactly. So, what don't you like about me talking about as if it's a fairy tale thing and everything?
Let me tell you what I don't like about
Oh,
you,
Lord.
Tito. Oh my gosh, Tito is such a picky
Mm.
guy.
I know I know what this is
Yes.
coming from.
But thank God you were picky because you picked the perfect girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tito was so picky. You'd be
Mm.
like, we'll be talking and then, talking about this girl and then,
Yeah, she was a hit. You were trying to hit me, yeah.
yeah, I'm like, but see, that person is like really nice, and I see
Yeah.
these qualities. But Julie, and he'd give a reason why. Then I'm like, hey Tito, but that girl, Julie, I was something. I'm like, oh my gosh, Tito, you're so picky. Like, you're looking for the simplest things, but you did the right thing because you made an awesome choice.
Mm.
So that's good. It wasn't a bad
It
thing.
was a bad thing.